Hello guys, Greg back with another video. So it's been over a year now since I did the second instalment of my perfect 10 out of 10 fragrances from my collection. So I thought it was about time I did a third instalment. I've bought quite a few since then. So firstly I'll tell you the 11 fragrances that featured in the first two videos that I did. And then I've got some new entries for you today. So the original video that I did back in January 2014 had 6 perfect 10 bottles. And they were Dior Homme, Gucci Pour Homme 2, Rive Gauche, Dior Fahrenheit, Victor & Rolf's Antidote and Creed's Green Irish Tweed. And then a couple of months after that, in April 2014, I added another 5 bottles. And they were Mugler Cologne, Bella Bellissima's White Leather, Tom Ford's Oud Wood, Rassasi's La Ukawam and Roger Parfum's Amber Oud. So now we're going to get on to my next lot of perfect 10 out of 10 fragrances, just from my collection. And there's 5 new entrants in this video. So the first new entrant is this one, from the house of Roger Parfum. This one is called Amber Oud. Now, there's only 3 other fragrances that I own, or that I think I've ever smelt, that can challenge this for being my favourite of all time. They're Dior Homme, Dior Fahrenheit and Roger Parfum Amber Oud. Along with this one, they're my favourite 4 fragrances I think of all time. Now this is very expensive, this one, but as I've said before in videos, I'd rather have one amazing fragrance than 10 that I just like. And that's kind of what I've been doing with my collection, is moving out some of the ones that are a little bit mediocre, that I don't wear very often, and just getting things that I really love and that I'm going to wear a lot. So this one's got a lot of similarities with Amber Oud from the same house, and this one's got, I guess how I would describe it, is a little bit of added filth. So it's got a slightly skanky yet beautiful musk note in here, and then it's got oud and rose. Now strangely, I don't like rose-based fragrances, and I don't really like skanky fragrances, but this one's just blended so well. Honestly, it literally blows me away how good this is. So that's the first one, Roger Parfum's Musk Oud. And next up, this is one that I actually used to dislike, but I've taken a massive U-turn, because from going from disliking, I now actually think this is the greatest summer fragrance of all time. And this is from the house of Creed, and it's Virgin Island water. And this is coconut, rum, lime and musk. When you wear this one, you cannot help but be transported to a hot summer's day. It's an absolutely beautiful summer fragrance. So that is Creed's Virgin Island water. Third entry is one that is from what I think is one of the top 3 designer houses for male fragrances, and it's from Yves Saint Laurent, and this one's called M7. Now this one I've got here is a 2009 bottle, so it's not an absolute vintage. This is a phenomenal amber excuse me, oud fragrances. It's got similarities to Tom Ford's Oud Wood, and perhaps even more similarities to Versace's Oud Noir, certainly to my nose anyway. Now I've reviewed the newer version of this from YSL's Heritage Collection. That's called M7 Oud Absolute, and this 2009 version is actually very similar to the Oud Absolute, so go and check out that review if you want to find out a little bit more. They're not identical, but you'll certainly get an idea of what this one's like by looking at my review of the Oud Absolute. So the 4th entry to the perfect 10 out of 10 club, another one from the house of Roger Parfum, and this one is called Vetiver Extrait. Now, how to describe this one is simple, and a lot of people have said this before me, and simply put, this is the greatest vetiver fragrance ever. Certainly the greatest one I've ever smelt anyway. In terms of the vetiver in here, don't think of Lalique's Encre Noir or Chanel Sycamore, that type of sort of earthy, dirty vetiver. Think more of Tom Ford's grey vetiver. It's more that type of vibe. This isn't a huge projection monster. It does project very nicely, but where it really wins is on projection. It projects on longevity. It lasts for at least 24 hours on my skin. It absolutely never stops going, this one. So that is Roger Parfum's Vetiver. And the 5th and final new entry for this video, and the 16th in total from my collection, or ones that I have owned that I rate as 10 out of 10, is one from a house that also had a 10 out of 10 in my second instalment, actually. The house is Thierry Mugler, and this one, in my opinion, is the best from this particular line. and this one is Amen or Angel Men Pure Havane. So where Virgin Island water is my favourite and ultimate summer scent, this is my ultimate winter scent. I love wearing this one, especially in December. It's tobacco and honey, it's got vanilla, it's got that trademark Angel Men cocoa and patchouli in there. But it's also got an accord in there that to me is like warm cherry vanilla fudge. It's delicious. It's a really comforting, warming fragrance, and I think I've said before, it actually literally wraps its arms around you. Really blows me away, this one. I think it's a fantastic fragrance, and it's very affordable as well. Excuse me, blows away the original Angel Men, blows away Pure Malt and all the others. So that is the 5th entry, and that is Pure Havane. So there you go, guys. It's the end of another video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know what fragrances you rate as 10 out of 10. And please do rate, comment and subscribe. And I'll see you all soon. Cheers.